Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Market Trends. Today in this video we shall be discussing about the weekly report, like what happened in the previous week as well as what is expected to happen in the coming week. As you know, the most talked about news at the moment and the most important news which has created an imbalance in the economy is none other than coronavirus. Here in front of your screen are the list of countries over here on one side, and I have gathered some statistical data of coronavirus cases. Now the first in over here is USA, which stands with total number of cases to be at 47 lakhs 66,323, whereas the total deaths with it were reported as 1,57,924, and the total recoveries made were 23,63,165, whereas the second one is Brazil with 27,08,876 cases, and out of which 93,616 were reported dead. The record cases over here were 18,84,051, whereas the third one is none other than our India itself, and India has reported around 17,66,166 cases, out of which the fresh cases are 14,247. The total number of deaths reported were 37,560, out of which the fresh ones are 157, whereas the recovered number of cases are 11,56,156. Luckily to our fortune, we have a good recovery rate in India, so we are anyways thankful to God for that. Whereas now coming on to the coronavirus highlights in terms of India, it is the 132 day since India has implemented nationwide lockdown in order to help curb the novel coronavirus pandemic. Some states like Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Delhi and Gujarat have reported the highest number of cases as of now. However, infections are rising rapidly in states like Andhra Pradesh and Karnataka. And yes, I forgot to mention that Unlock 3.0 has begun, in which certain more normalcy have been implemented, although with certain uh, terms and conditions, but a large number of sector has been normalized as of yet. If we talk about the gold, we could see that there was the gold last closed trading at 1974.90 US dollars. Please mind it, this currency rate is in USD, as the universal currency is USD, so it is in United States dollar pricing. If we see here, it had begun last week approximately from 1900 itself, and it gave a difference of 74 points and closed at 1974. So but it is rapidly seen to be increasing day by day. Now if we move on to the crude oil pricing, we could see that initially in the previous week starting, we observed it at 43 level, 43.35 level, and finally it closed around 43.62, so there was a marginal difference only. So not much is there to be discussed in the crude oil sector. Now coming on to the United States dollar pricing in comparison to Indian rupee, we could see in the 5 days chart over here that previously it was recorded to be above 75, but now the Indian rupee value has declined and it has closed approximately as 74.93. This is not a good sign, that if it crosses more, then it will be a panic like situation. And if you see the global indices, the as you can see over here, the American market ended up in green previously, whereas all the European market, Asian markets, all the European markets and a portion of Asian markets to a greater extent closed in red. So therefore, even the Singaporean Nifty closed in red. So we can say that it is not a good sign for the markets. Now if we come on to the auto sales, the automobile industry had conducted its auto sales for the month of July previously, and there are some good news in regards to that. Both Maruti Suzuki as well as Hero MotoCorp have led to that of normalcy in its number of sales units. Now if we come on to the number of sales unit, then we could see that Maruti Suzuki rose its sales by 88%, whereas Hyundai out India also reported a growth of 54%. And was the same case with Toyota, who rose nearly by 40%. Now comes Mahindra and Mahindra, which had reported a rapid growth. Over here, I just want to make one clarification that if in case of Mahindra and Mahindra, we consider Mahindra and Mahindra to be that which might be a passenger vehicle manufacturer, but it also deals with tractors, and henceforth the tractors sector had reported the highest ever sales in the month of July. Whereas for trucks, buses and SUVs with Mahindra, they sold approximately 25,678 units in the month of July itself. Whereas now coming on to the Nifty, we could see that Nifty closed previously at 11,073 rupees, which was a fair down by 0.26%. Whereas if we see throughout the week, the Nifty opened up on 27th of July, that was the previous Monday, previous week's first day of trade. At that the opening was reported as 11,225, whereas on Friday it was reported to have closed at 11,073. So between these two we can cap a change of 152 points. Whereas if we see the top gainers of Nifty 50 for the week, previous week, we could see Dr. Reddy's Lab, Sun Pharma Industries, Ultratech Cement, Grasim's Industries, Cipla, JSW Steel, Tata Steel, TCS, UPL, Infosys, Tech Mahindra and various other companies who did a good job. But overall we could find that two of the pharma related companies were listed as the top gainers for the week. in which Dr. Reddy's, which made a change of 11.19% throughout the week, and the second one, which is Sun Pharma Industries, made a change of approximately 9.49% throughout the week. Now coming on to the top losers for the week in Nifty 50, we could see that Yes Bank was there, India Bulls Housing was there, ICICI Bank was there, Z Entertainment, BPCL, HDFC Bank, Indian Oil Corporation, and various other companies were there. Even the Reliance Industries was in the top losers list. But we could see that Yes Bank, India Bulls Housing, ICICI Bank from banking sector were reported to be in the topmost losers. Whereas now coming onto some of the key corporate actions which are about to be taken in the coming week, is that of Bank of India, which is going to announce its annual general meeting. Apart from that, there is Bank of Maharashtra with AGM. JK Cement Limit is also going to conduct its AGM. AGM stands for Annual General Meeting. Whereas ICICI Securities Limited is going to conduct its annual general meeting as well as announce a dividend of 6.75 rupees per share. Titan Company Limited is going to conduct its annual general meeting as well as announce its dividend of 4 rupees per share. Bosch Limited is going to announce its annual general meeting along with its dividend of 105 rupees per share. Next comes Godrej Industries Limited, who is going to announce its annual general meeting. Lastly comes after that comes Bharti Infratel Limited, who is going to announce its interim dividend of 2 rupees 30 paisa per share. Voltas Limited and going to announce 4 rupees per share as well as going to conduct its annual general meeting. Larsons and Tobo announcing a dividend of 8 rupees per share and going to conduct its annual general meeting as well. Tata Steel Limited going to give a dividend of 10 rupees per share. Bharti Airtel Limited going to give its dividend of 2 rupees per share. Government of India is going to pay interest payments, whereas Whirlpool of India Limited is going to conduct its annual general meeting as well as announce dividend of 5 rupees per share. Hexaware Technologies Limited is going to announce its interim dividend of rupees 1.50 per share. IDBI Bank Limited is going to conduct its annual general meeting. Orient Refractories Limited is going to conduct its annual general meeting as well as announce dividend of 2 rupees and 50 paisa per share. Followed by this, we also have a few listed companies. In fact, I would rather say that the main emphasis this week would be that on the auto sales, which will create its impact from tomorrow onwards, and the quarter results, because in this week there are few good listed number of companies who are going to declare its quarter results, and henceforth the quarter one results are going to impact the markets to a great extent. So these two things are to be seen, and apart from that, there is one more news regarding RBI, as RBI is going to in the coming week, that is on 6th of August, which is Thursday, and there is going to be 3-day monetary policy committee meeting, and within this meeting, it's going to go briefly based on recent financial stability reports, and it also has to be noted that RBI has warned the hike in NPAs as well as in inflation also have they started that they are also see more liquidity and regulatory measures so as to support financial systems and revive the economy. So this is with the RBI policies. Now let's go back to our quarter results. In the quarter results, there are few listed companies. I will just name a few listed companies from over here. Although the list is long, I have not included all the names also over here. But still, I will scrutinize few listed companies also from this list as well. So Exide Industries Limited is one which has to be foreseen for the coming week. Godrej Consumer Products Limited, Gujarat Gas Limited, Tata Consumer Products Limited, Adani Gas, Apollo Tyres Limited, Canara Bank, DLF Limited, Godrej Properties Limited, Jyoti Labs Limited, VIP Industries Limited, Adani Power Limited, Hindustan Petroleum Corporation Limited, JK Tires and Industries Limited, IFB Industries Limited, Pidilite Industries Limited, Abbott India Limited, Aditya Birla Capital Limited, Bata India Limited, Cipla Limited, Phenolex Industries Limited, Mahindra and Mahindra Limited, Mahanagar Gas Limited, Siemens Limited, and lastly DCB Bank Limited. Although the list was quite good number of companies are to be listed for the week, but I have only jotted down some of the important ones, and from those important I have listed out only some of the companies which are very much known to us. So yeah, that's it guys. I hope you liked this video. If you did like and haven't yet subscribed to my channel, do subscribe my channel. At the same time, click on the bell icon for timely updates. Also do share this channel in your contacts, and I wish you the very best for tomorrow's trading session, and hope to see you with another video very soon. Till then, take care and bye bye.